Outdoors Delmarva covers everything outdoors, including real hunting and fishing situations involving wildlife. Now, we do our best each week to bring you tasteful content, but viewer discretion is advised. Now, enjoy the show.
This week, we begin right here in Salisbury to learn why Wreaths Across America is more than just a holiday event for veterans.
We head out to the Westside Outcasters Open to recap 22 years of fishing for the fire department.
Scorchitos takes us to Willis Wharf, Virginia to meet a woodcarver who turned a hobby into a passion.
And we head to Queen Anne to meet a multi-generational chicken farming family.
Outdoors Delmarva starts right now.
Welcome to Outdoors Delmarva, the show that celebrates our communities, our cultures and traditions, and the places we call home. My name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch. And Jason, can't you just smell the autumn in the air?
Well, as you shoved that pumpkin pie in my face last week with such force, autumn and all its pumpkin spice glory is all I can smell these days.
Well, I was just getting you back for that day you made me smell your shoe.
Okay, fair point, but I think you got a little bit of whipped cream still in your hair.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here's Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
I'm sure you're not quite ready to think about the Christmas season just yet, but like it or not, it's only 12 weeks away.
But something you should be thinking about is Wreaths Across America.
And the mobile education exhibit rolled into Salisbury back in August.
Wreaths Across America started very innocuously in 1992. Our founder, Morrill, had 5,000 extra wreaths one year. He's a wreath maker in Maine. And he remembered as a young boy being down in Washington, D.C. He had won a newspaper contest. He had the most subscriptions. He won a trip down to D.C. and he saw Arlington. And it just impressed him. And with those 5,000 wreaths, he just wanted to do something good. So they went down that first year after wreath season with a truckload, and they started placing in section 27, those first 5,000 wreaths. This continued for several more years. It's just a family trip after wreath season, finding another section, placing those 5,000 wreaths. Until one year in 2006, an Air Force photographer was cutting through Arlington on his way to the Pentagon to go to work, and he took a picture of the wreaths in the snow, and it just went viral. People wanted to get involved, and that's really how we started to become a nonprofit. That first year, there was only about 33,000 wreaths that were placed. Last year, we placed 2.7 million wreaths in over 3,700 locations by about 6,000 sponsorship groups. And that was about 2 million volunteers that did that, 1 million of which are children.
I've been to Arlington about 11 times now, last 11 years. So we deliver wreaths at veteran cemeteries up and down the East Coast, Florida, in the Carolinas, Arlington, West Point, the Naval Academy in Annapolis. In 2013, I traveled with the convoy from Maine down to Arlington and met a lot of the Gold Star families and heard a lot of the stories. And I was hooked. I really got to see how important it was to those families to when the community reaches out and mentions their loved one.
Our mission is to remember, honor, teach. We remember those that have served, we honor the fallen, we teach our younger generations the value of their freedoms.
Wreaths Across America will be held in all 50 states on Saturday, December 16th. To learn more or to get involved, go to wreathsacrossamerica.org.
Coming up next, we head down to Nanticoke, Maryland for the 22nd annual Westside Outcasters Open.
Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. We'll be right back.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Jason, we've heard reports that the fish are really biting these days.
We sure have, and we're getting proof of that every week with our viewer photos.
But if you need more evidence, look no further than the 22nd annual Westside Outcasters Open.
It's our 23rd annual Westside Outcasters Open. It's being held out of Nanticoke Harbor. Friday night we have our captain's meeting here at the firehouse where we have dinner, door prizes, auction. It all helps benefit the fire department. And we have the tournament Saturday and Sunday out of Nanticoke Harbor. And we will be giving awards away, prize money away on Sunday night at Boonies at the deck. Oh, we've got a great turnout. We'll probably have well over 170 boats, 180. We've a lot of people here tonight. We'll probably have 400 or 500 people here just at the captain's meeting tonight. It's all a great time, and it's all free dinner for all the participants.
Rockfish, time 3:33, 6.95.
I've been doing it now for probably 18 years. It's a lot of fun. We've won money in this it's about three different times we've won money at a different level. We've never won first place, but we've won some money. It's very competitive. As you can see, there's a lot of people here. It's a big deal for this part of the country. It's probably one of the biggest tournaments on Delmarva next to White Marlin Open. This is more of a redneck kind of deal, but it certainly is a big draw for this area. We go after rockfish all the time, so this is right up our alley.
Rockfish, time 2:45, 4.10.
Different categories is rock, perch, trout, bluefish, hardhead, catfish, and we also run what they have a bluefish 50-50, which is a combination of 3 fish.
It gives us an opportunity to fish. Number one, the best time of year is right now, getting into the best time of year. This is the fall. We're beginning into the fall season. It's not fall yet, but we're getting into the fall season. That's the best time to fish. And that and spring, but these are the 2 times of years that we like to go out and catch the nice fish, are spring and fall. Fall being the better.
Catfish, time 1:58, 20.10. 20.10.
The community is a big support of ours, and they back all of us doing this fishing tournament. It helps a lot of the economy in the area, the stores, the campgrounds, and different things down here. It helps out a lot.
Most people want to get involved because it's a good cause. It's a firehouse fundraiser. And it's the big deal out here. West Side's a big fire company this part of the world, and it's one of their biggest fundraisers. So it's a good positive thing for the community. We all get together. All of us fish a lot out here. We see each other on the water, but we get to have dinner together and hang out and win some money together, and it's just a lot of fun. It's all friendly. Every bit of it is. Some of these guys are a little more serious than others, but at the end of the day, we're all friends.
Congratulations to all the anglers for another great Outcasters Open.
And on behalf of everyone at the Westside Volunteer Fire Department, a sincere thank you to everybody who participated to help make this year's tournament a success. Now, if you want to continue to support the fire company, well, they've got a crab feast coming up on October 14th, and you can find out more details at westsidevfd.com.
When we come back, we meet a Virginia woodcarver in this week's Remembering Scorchitos.
Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, returns right after these messages.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, Higher Standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine, everything but the water, and Bell Creek Equipment. For farm, home, or fun, Bell Creek is #1.
When we talk about wood carving on the show, we typically speak of someone's passion for waterfowl decoys.
But in this week's Remembering Scorchitos, a Virginia man tells us just how many things can be found in a piece of wood.
Honoring the life and legacy of Scorchitos, thanks to Shorts Marine in Long Neck, Delaware. Shorts Marine, everything but the water.
Jack Woolley whittles and carves. Like the maid who doesn't do windows, Jack Woolley doesn't do waterfowl. Figurines are his thing.
It started out just being a hobby. A lot of my stuff I give to my kids and friends and everything else. And then I decided, well, might just well make a little money, so I started selling it.
Jack Willie wended his way to Willis Wharf, Virginia some 6 years ago. 4 years later, after the loss of his wife, the 62-year-old retired New Jersey native absorbed himself into the world of wood. From his many woodworking tools are born characters such as hound dogs, rabbit hunters, wood choppers, and many, many more, some in the form of music boxes. Then there are the special order characters.
That's definitely what has kept me going, I guess, because they'll say, hey, can you carve somebody playing golf? And I says, yeah, sure, why not? I do it.
Jack Willie's workshop is nestled in the heart of Willis Wharf, a tiny Virginia seaport town, far from his native New Jersey, but very close to his heart.
I have a wonderful love for this area. I think it's about the nicest place on this country, as far as I can tell.
Jack Willie is self-taught and admittedly still learning. His current adventure is making a 4-foot-tall cigar store Indian modeled after a small one he carved. Then there are future goals.
I have a love for birds, like the falcons and the praise, the bird of praise, and things like that. I hope someday to take it to a show and maybe pick up a ribbon. Who knows?
Scorchitos wandering our Delmarvelous land for WBOC News.
Remembering Scorchitos is presented by Shorts Marine, online at shortsmarine.com.
Did you know the word kayak means man's boat or hunter's boat?
Did you know that the first kayaks were made by stretching animal skins over a frame of whale bones?
And did you know that a man by the name of Oscar Speck traveled 30,000 miles from Germany to Australia in a folding kayak? The trip took him 7.5 years.
Now you do.
Did You Know is sponsored by North Bay Marina. Outdoors Delmarva will be right back. You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
We talk a lot about the next generation when it comes to traditions here on Delmarva, like hunting, fishing, maybe restoring antique cars.
Yeah, and one vital industry that desperately needs the next generation here on the peninsula is farming.
And for the Rhodes family in Queen Anne, it's chicken farming, to be exact.
I am actually a 10th generation farmer. Chris will be 11th, and hopefully my grandchildren will be 12th. That was one of the most important things for me, is to teach my Chris and also his brother Ryan, you know, how to work hard, responsibilities, because no matter what you do in life, that's what it comes back to.
Of course, growing up, we had chicken houses at my mom's. Me and my brother worked with my uncle and my grandfather on the grain farm. So we enjoyed it and pretty much knew we wanted to try to do something like that. You know, for my wife and kids and all, it's a good living.
The boys are in 4-H, so they have hogs, and so we'll butcher them, put them in the freezer. My niece and nephew show steers. We'll put them in the freezer. So we still do a lot of that. We have a big garden, and we do a lot of canning and freezing, and really take pride. And I mean, here what we do, what Chris does here, you know, to feed Delmarva, it's amazing.
It's really fun. Like, most kids, they'd like to go with their dad to work like every day in the summer, so it's really fun. You get to drive the grain cart and help them like with the chickens and stuff like that. So you get to interact with like animals a lot, which most people might not be able to. And then you get to see how like your food comes and how it's produced and stuff like that.
I'm pretty diversified, so I have a chicken operation, a grain farm, and then I also have a deer corn business. I sell deer corn. I have 5 Ace Hardwares, and 4 hunting stores on the Delmarva that I supply. And then I have people that come to the farm and pick up the corn directly. So I have that in 2 different locations. And this year I just started selling a deer repellent. So I'm on both edges of the white-tailed deer is important to me. As a farmer, it's a pest, but as somebody selling deer corn, it's good. So I'm working towards helping the farmer out and the deer hunter all at once. So feeding the deer and repelling them from the other fields. In this day and age, you really can't just choose one or the other. It's not quite enough income for the chicken houses to support a family, but it's a good means of income. And then same with the grain farming. You have to be really large scale in order to kind of just do that. But I don't have enough land to accomplish that yet, so I kind of diversified and do a little bit of everything.
Next generation, certainly. Technology is huge. I mean, when we first started growing chickens, everything, you walk to every fan, you walk to every timer. Now, Chris pulls out his phone, I can pull out my phone, and we have an app for that. And you can get right on the app. Chris can see, we can see what's going on in every chicken houses. You can change things. Not that we don't need to be in a chicken house, but it makes us, I think, really better farmers with all the technology.
Get outdoors, Delmarva.
The Delmarva Chicken Association is celebrating 100 years, and you can help wish them a happy birthday at the Delmarva Chicken Festival coming up on Saturday, October 7th from 1 to 7 at Arthur W. Purdue Stadium in Salisbury.
For more information, you can go online to dcachicken.com.
When we come back, we'll wrap up the show with your latest viewer photos.
Outdoors Delmarva presented by Gateway Subaru. We'll be right back.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
It's time to flip through the photo album and take a look at your latest pictures.
Thanks to our friends at North Bay Marina.
Scott Ganello snapped this photo of an osprey family nesting on the Lewis Canal.
Tracy Hurley of Vienna got herself a picture-perfect rockfish on a picture-perfect day.
Eric Croner hauled in this blue catfish from the Marshy Hope in Dorchester County. This beast measured in at 39 inches, weighing 35 pounds.
Even though Hurricane Lee didn't come our way, it still turned up the ocean for some really cool pictures like these from Buddy Scott.
And these from Nick Denny. And one sure thing about tropical storm season on Delmarva is that there's always a surfer ready to enjoy the storm-generated waves.
Outdoors Delmarva viewer pictures are sponsored by North Bay Marina.
Now it's time to take a look at the Mount of the Week.
Brought to us by Longhorn Butcher and Taxidermy in Pittsville.
No, you're not going to see any kudu roaming the fields and woods of Delmarva, but Spencer was asked to remount this set of horns that had been passed down in the customer's family. So yeah, Spencer does that too.
For all your butcher and taxidermy needs, contact Spencer at Longhorn Butcher and Taxidermy at 410-422-3942.
That's going to do it for us this week. Thank you so much for watching.
Keep sending in those pictures by emailing outdoors@wboc.com.
And to learn more about our show, scan that QR code in the bottom right corner of your screen with your phone's camera.
We hope to see you again next week, but until then, my name is Lauren Hitch.
And I'm Jason Lee, and we hope to see you
Outdoors Delmarva.
Outdoors Delmarva, a Draper Media production, is presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine and Bell Creek Equipment.
Three. That was a big one.
I'm not gonna melt. Ah, rain! What did I do?
You know what? You gotta stop writing these on Monday mornings. Did you have coffee before you did this?
I did.
Like probably too many cups.
Yeah.